This is Hap for Hap Around the House, and I wanted to show you how to debone what is called a shank portion ham. This is an 11 pounder, and let's see what's for dinner. Okay, here she is. I picked this up at ALDI's. This was 89 cents a pound, and we can get 3 meals out of that for 4 people, and one of them a teenage boy, as you all know. There's not much left after Hurricane Boy comes in. So what I like to do is cut the thing open. And I usually use, this is very heavy plastic, so your knife will go in and you'll cut the ham and everything. So I like to use just an X-Acto knife. So what I do is very carefully, keeping my fingers out of the way, is just kind of run her down, like so, like that. Turn it around the other way. They usually have holiday specials on these, and that's when we pick them up, a couple, 2 or 3 of them. And you can leave them whole in the freezer and take them out. It takes a day and a half or 2 to thaw. And boy, they work out really good. They're really good hams. But they're heavy, and it takes 2 hands because they're really heavy. 11-pound ham is a big ham. There it is. Okay. There it is in all of its porky glory. Now what we have is we have a bone that runs right down the center. So what I like to do is turn it on the cutting board here. And I just start off, now a lot of people like to remove this skin, I think it is, but I leave it right on there. And once it's on the plate, if somebody wants to cut it, well, that's fine. But you can see that you can just make some nice steaks if you concentrate a little bit and try to keep her, probably about 1/2 inch or 3/4. And what I do is I just grab the little cake tin and I just throw the meat into the tin just like that. And again, you can get quite a few meals out of this, and then you can always boil down the bone and make some sort of soup with it. Oops, see that? Maybe the dog wants this one. Okay, good. Yeah, he wanted it all right. All right, now you can see that I'm getting close to the bone here, so what I'm gonna do is turn it around the other way, and we'll do the same thing on this side. Just kind of push it through. You want a nice sharp knife. And that's all fat anyway, so that one's not going to the dog unless I want to clean up a mess later. Just like that, and you're going to pull off steaks. And depending on how big your family is, you can freeze these. And right now you could eat this. It's all fully cooked, so there's no problem there. We usually throw it in the oven at 250 or 225, and it takes 7 hours to cook all the way through. Put a thermometer in there. Once it hits 135, 140, pull it out of there. Look at the steaks, though. Those are really nice. You got a little bit of fat in there, and it really is just lip smacking good once you cook it. But if you do not have a sharp knife, you're going to have trouble with this because it looks like it's easy, but it's really hard to push this knife through this much meat. There's another steak. Those are just beautiful. And if you buy them at the store that are already cut up steaks, you're going to pay probably $4 or $5 a pound. Whereas this is 89 cents a pound. Just takes a little bit of work at home. And I'm approaching the center bone again, so I'll take it a little slower here. I don't want to hit that bone. And these steaks get bigger and bigger, of course. And my son's eyes light up when I throw one of them on his plate. And if you noticed, one side you'll get a lot more steaks off of than the other. And that's normal. That's just the anatomy of the pig. And there's another one. Now we're starting to get some more of this fatty material as you approach the bone. And you give it a feel. I can feel the bone is right there now. So what I do then is you can see there's muscle groups in this. And you can take a sharp knife, very sharp paring knife, and you can kind of pull it. Like when you're processing a deer, you just kind of follow it. and you can pull those muscle groups out. Of course, watch where your fingers are. Nothing spells fun like stitches. And there's a chunk of it. And now we've got a big muscle right here. You can see that it runs like this around. We'll try to get that one out of there. You hear my dog snorting, it's because he wants another piece of ham. But this makes for probably 3 or 4 really good economical meals. You can pull it out a little bit there. And see that? Not perfect, for sure, but it's coming out. Kind of work it back and forth. And that is almost out. And turn it around this way. Kind of come around like that. There's another big chunk of ham. All right, for our next trick, see we got this bone right here. What I do is gonna kind of go around that bone with a knife. Kind of put it down on the cutting board here, just like that. Like this, and we'll come down like this. See if we can work around that bone a little bit more. And what I usually end up doing is cutting it right back here. And you can pull it off the bone a little bit too while you're working it, so you can see what you're doing, because it's very difficult, because it is an animal when you're taking it apart. So just like this, and you pull just like that. And you got a nice little chunk of very, very nice ham. And it's very smoky. All these hams are very, very smoky. And you can see that muscle, there's another muscle that goes in there too. You're not getting any more. I know you want it, but you're not going to get it. It'll make you sick, bud. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? We have quite a bit left, don't we? All right, well, as you can see, we pulled that big knob of a muscle off. Let's clean this up a little bit. Of course, our hands are super duper clean when we do this too. You do not want to monkey around this with dirty hands, or if you've been working on your car and your hands are still have a whole bunch of grease caught in them, do it the next day. So ham takes on that flavor really easy. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to trim all this out of here. This can be a little tricky too, but not too bad really. Just follow it. There we go. Just like that. And usually it takes me about 10 minutes to bone out one of these. It doesn't take too terribly long. And boy, it's good. It's nice just to take it, and we use a food saver on it. I've tried using regular Ziplocs, and there's another decent piece of ham. I've tried using Ziplocs, but they just don't do as good of a job as like a food saver. A food saver gets all that oxygen out of the bag, and it just makes the ham look so much better. You don't get the crystallization all over it. Now some of this I would save if we're going to make like a boiled dinner, where you take the bone, and this is almost, if you check that out, that's almost all fat, see? But if you were to chuck that in with the bone and boil it for 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5, 6 hours, actually, you're going to have a lot of flavor come out of that. And you throw some an onion in there. Get some cabbage if you like that. And oddly enough, my son likes that, so we do like the boiled dinner. Now this is all full of, you can really get down in there if you want, and really get in there and start pulling these other muscle groups out too, like this. See? just like that. Just kind of follow it around, see, and you'll get little pieces out. Or what you can do too is you can just save this all and put it in the pot and boil it, and then you pull it out and you can pull all that meat off, and then put your cabbage in, put your carrots in, and your onion in, and then you'll have a boiled dinner too. So that's as far as I'm going to take this one down. Now again, you can, if you want, I'll show you how much meat is still on there, see? It's about a 1/4 inch there, and you got a 1/2 inch there, so you can go in there and, you know, rip it all out. You got quite a bit there. You know, you're still looking at about, what, 1 inch there? So yeah. But that is as far as we're going to go with that. So if you're interested in it, this is really what you get out of one ham. Now if you look, there is just, you get a lot. Look at this, there's already a jello. You already get jello out of it. But yeah, if you look, you get just lots and lots and lots of dinners out of that, depending on how big your family is. We usually get 2 or 3 out of it. Let's see, I think that we're not going to, like I was talking about earlier, we do not use Ziploc bags for meat. What we do is we use a food saver right here. I'll show you what that baby looks like. Right here. It's a little food saver. And I believe that this was a Craigslist special, $20. And it works really good, and we'll do another video and show you how this works. If you like our videos, go ahead and subscribe. And thank you for watching. This is Hap for Hap Around the House.